has done good for our parents and for us.
Yes. By bringing the free education in Sierra Leone.
For watch madam. For can see madam. I got the pass mark where they are. I got the pass mark. Because they do better work in this country. Yeah.
The message the way president come for share with the people them, they already know the hundreds, if not thousands of things the way the president don't do. The free quality education, the healthcare system. So they see speaker after speaker whether they appreciate the president for what he don't do. So it just shows say what will they do for these people, for this country, the people they appreciate and they already know about her.
I'm praising yesterday for the youth farming way you implement in this country. We don't go out and far, and of course we know that we harvest now. It's over 50 acres of rice, just like I said yesterday, we don't dry now in hand, under your leadership.
Million promises have been made where the campaign have been just said we get from a free quality education in this country. Not so? That in a history now. Because we don't start and we don't go far. And as I speak to you now, we pay for over 2.5 million picking them all around this country. We pay school fees for them. We buy textbook for them. We buy teaching and learning materials for them. So inside there, including Kelimaya, we provide food in some schools them. And we don't recruit more teachers than we need to make una get good education. The benefit we receive from education, from first day now, and the benefit we dey, and that benefit dey na anyone, every one of una will vote for me. Make una enjoy that benefit dey. The benefit is big, and this one are the talking for both the parents then, and we picking them when they go to school. School picking them there.
Family una audo me na gentle, the political hot goose, and also me na the PRO for SLPP North America region. I welcome una today na the Hot Goose Network platform, and una all who dey watch. I know say una all know say today na the Independence Day of Sierra Leone. Na today Salone get freedom for leave by himself, for govern himself. And it coincide with the same day today, 1951, where the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, where they form them. Then 1961, nine they form, nine the Sierra Leone gets independence. So now a combined celebration with we. So the Hot Goose Network thought and fit say it is a very good day, and then we invite the SLPP North America region leadership, and then they come today, the leadership, the chairman, and in group, they come today for can tell people them waiting at the relevance or importance of the independence for all Sierra Leoneans, and also, and most importantly, then they come for can talk to we about the importance of the SLPP party and how it formed and what it make SLPP party relevant, and the historical background of the SLPP party, where most people in Sierra Leone, they don't know. Most party people, they don't understand. But as you continue for this program, you get for learn more, you get for understand more. So waiting, I want to let you do. Now for share the program to your brother, share the program to your sister, share the program at the group there. Any side way there, if you watch now YouTube, you also subscribe on the program. And if you watch now Facebook, SLPP Unity Network, you also SLP Unity Network, if you like the page and follow the page, and also Hot Goose Network Salone, if you like the page and also share the page so that everybody they come for join. And when I listen, when I stay glued, very important information about the party and very important information about the role what the party do for bring Salone for independence with the carry from then Alagbadea, where they come from the SLPP North America region, where they present this program today for Leone get this important information. So far, me na gentle, me na the PRO for the SLPP North America region, and they bring to una the individual them for let them come tell una how do and let them welcome una inside the show and introduce themselves. We will begin with one very powerful and elegant woman. We una see no more. Una going to say not America, not the public play.
Yes, good evening, me family them from America and all over the world. Mina Mrs. Aminata Mabundo Amara, the regional women's leader. Like we PRO today, not so political hot goes. Today, now the PRO of SLPP North America, the 5th region. Like we is say, we glad for there, me chairman there. SLPP more now with the council, but we are glad because today, now the independence like we say of the country, 61 years. But more especially, the birthday of the SLPP, the Grand Old Party, 71 years. I will delve a little bit into that, but I just want to tell Una Adu, and I welcome Una to this very, very important and special program today. Again, Mina Mrs. Aminata Amara, the regional women's leader, SLPP North America. Thank you.
That one day we talk to Una family them, na we elegant women's leader, na the SLPP North America region, and then that woman day, now the woman them all rely on for let it coordinate them, let it gather them, now they lead the woman them na this region where they make SLPP business the whole watana yeah. So the next person una they can see him na a very wonderful individual, na fine articulate young man, and then that individual they na the bedrock of the party, na this part of the world. And that individual they na the mover and shaker, na they make sure say the party in business all water. And I know say na individual we get prominent face as una say am, una no go doubt say the person way they talk about we selfless, the individual way they make sure say things happen and the party rely on them. Now this part of the world for the editing where this party they do, let them in there they make sure say it is steer them for let make sure say we all satisfied and the party self feel good. But the individual will come and they tell una how do and introduce himself very, very well and also welcome una inside the show. It get plenty na in hey the way come for Kangiwi. Una get for really pay attention.
Me salon people them. Una good evening. I just want to say a happy Independence Day to una all, and especially the Sierra Leone People's Party. I also want to say a happy 71-year-old birthday of the party. And so today we there for talk a little bit about the party and also about the country. But before they come to that, I just want to tell una adu, una kushe, una kabo, piari, seke, walibena, inte, njarama, whatever dialect, Sierra Leone, now one country, one people. And so today, now one big day, now the history of Sierra Leone, and important for make we come and talk to una, but how SLPP play a role for this day, and also encourage we Salon people them for continue for tinap with we self, so that we go push we country go before. So me we come today, me na Desmond Pesima, me na the chairman for SLPP North America. Una kushe and welcome to the show.
Family, una see the two wonderful people we are get today na the studio. Now then, now the most important personalities we hold the party na this region, because we say woman den day better day. And then the chairman of the party says they don't tell una do, they don't introduce una. So now we don't waste time. And they come bring to una the chairman and also let the program go before. So Chairman Pesima, now we don't introduce ourselves to the people and today now an Independence Day when a double celebration, both for the SLPP party and for the independent. But what I want to do, tell people that what's not the relevance, what's not the significance of this day. What's not the significance of this day and how this day they also serve for help Sierra Leoneans and what's not the interrelations between this day for the SLPP and for Sierra Leoneans. You don't mute yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, my own PRO. This is a very, very good opportunity for me for, explain to we people them we probably not get, no waiting probably not the importance of this day or so, the importance of independence. We all know say back in the days we been get when them fend Sierra Leone, the Limbaden and them first can occupy that country there. All right, and then other ethnic groups then begin to come. Sierra Leone have been one place where been very, very nice. The land be good. And so slave trade been they go on now the world. All right, slavery been they go on, people then they come by with people them in Africa, in Sierra Leone, then they go sell them in Europe so that they go work na them plantation them. And so boku people then began interest so the country become a place usai when they abolish the slave trade, when they say, well, we don't want to do slave business again, Sierra Leone will be one place usai and fend where then be the go put the one that way then be done capture our slaves, we then care and go back. So and during that time and day, we go waiting with man and call colonialism. We mean say other country we get rank past you, we get power past you, we get money past you, and they go and colonize you. All right, we see that they happen across Africa, plenty. Most African countries then colonize them, and then the British and the French now then be the do then and they boku one, and so Sierra Leone we now the British people them now then be colonized we then colonize we now then be the govern we. Now the British money will be the use. Everything where the country be they do under the British people there. And so then and they with people and be they struggle, especially the one that way they are the protectorate, the one that way they upline as you can call them today. And be they struggle because they're not being get access now Freetown, when they're not being the capital. Freetown are the Creole and be they and the other people and other African nationals them, the British them. Now they mainly be occupied Freetown. And Freetown are then end up in the seat of power. So we brothers them where they upline, people like Hamilton Bagai, then be they come, they study in a Freetown, they don't learn book. And then self begin the fight for the people and where they upline say, it's not good, we all there inside this country, we self not get rights from the government business in the country. So Hamilton together in party them, in brother them, other Sierra Leone nationalists them, we left the country and we be the try for fight for the protectorate people them, for make themselves be part of the governance. So then be able to succeed, then come, and Hamilton and other people them, then be get for appoint them now parliament. So we all know say when other person they rule you, they rule you in your own interest. They rule you in their own interest. So, in 1961, Hamilton Magai and a host of other Sierra Leoneans them, Sir Albert Magai, Shaka P. Stephen, and other people them, then go now London for go ask for we independence. And on April 27, 1961, Sierra Leone be getting independence. We mean say we now we for govern we self, we now we for decide what thing they happen to we mineral resources then we will get. Now we for decide what thing they happen to we people and now we for rule we self. So that is how we we independent. I don't want to go too much into the nitty-gritty, but in basic terms, that's not how we get to independence. And before the independence, 10 years ago, the Sierra Leone People's Party, they don't establish. The Sierra Leone People's Party was established by Wissem brothers, Sir Milton Magai, and some of the other main people, So then Sise, for make that particular day they go be significant, then Sise that day is necessary for make them use April 27 for make we get with independence. I want to stop here for now, and I will come back later for really explain to we how significant that Independence Day to the current development in Sierra Leone, and how from then and day from where Sir Milton Magai been turned president, till it go to Sir Albert, and come to Shaka P. Stevens, until we go to J.S. Momo Strasser with president now, Julius Maada Bio, Brigadier, until to Ernest Krumah, and we own current president again, Julius Maada Bio. So I'll get for Kamtai how, explain to we how the 1961 independence, how that they don't unfold, how Sierra Leone really don't become politically independent, how is that important to us economically, how is that important to us for compete globally, and also for make sure, say, the security of the country, how that independence they don't contribute to Ramdelek today, and how SLPP don't continue for champion development causes, and how SLPP don't continue for work for sustain that independence and democracy, especially the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, how it don't work so hard for sustain that independence. Because mind you, it not only fed for sustainer as president, it fed for sustainer as a military officer. So now that we celebrate 61 years and in at the president, it is very important that we lay out how significant and how the big role we don't play for sustain we independence.
All right, from Ulenda, one day we talk to Unasu, now the chairman for the SLPP North America region. And then a name Chairman Desmond Pesima. So now when they see the women's leader of the region, women's leader, during when Salome they get independent, we see say we've been there under England, and we see a queen when a woman will come for effect that independence. So now, and that make in the body politics of Sierra Leone, the SLPP always they encourage women. How you think say which role where women they play? They don't play before in the politics of Sierra Leone. They don't play in the independence, and which role will they see that they play, and how you think say people that they watch women them as a significant part of the process in that country.
Thank you very much, PRO, Gentle Maada Kuruma. Today, like I said, not a political hot goose, now the PRO of the 5th region, SLPP North America. I want to tell you thank you before I come to the question for the work where you they do. Then they recognize that because you know one of SLPP in my piece, and where they tell the world the truth about SLPP and waiting the new direction they do. Thank you for the question where you ask, especially now the Queen become. Yes, now the Queen become. But even in the 1600, I want to tell when I say there were women they were involved into politics. One thing where I want to know say politics not go right without women them. Madam Yoko from Moyambana, one of the women in the 1600, and Madam Humonya from Kenema district. Most times we not hear Madam Humonya in name, but yes, she was one of the women. Two particular women them we been there fed alongside we man them. Women are very important. We know the role where women they make. Women then they take the hit. Women then they always come in their numbers. Calling those two women not mean say they were the only two women, no. But then the woman then will be then at the forefront. We can't again post or even before independent or after independent. They talk about Madam Nancy Tucker from Bond. Most times we not hear her name, but yes, she was there. And when they talk about Madam Ella Koblo Gulama, that woman then we don't pave way for other women, vibrant women then. Let we talk small but salon politics. And let we talk about Sierra Leone as a country. We know say before this new direction with President His Excellency, yes, woman never dey na politics, woman never dey get involved, but there is always this stigma about we women them. Oh, then go cost me them, but woman they always they beat every odd. They're always ready for joint politics. We they see they like today. The president don't say 30%, but I bet you it is more than 30%. Women, they're not only they involved into politics, they take the stage and key role into politics. Now, only the SLPP government, then they empower them women them. Now, only His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Mother Dio, now he can talk say yes. Because we know say when woman in the car with their hearts, then they do everything. Woman no mind. If he say he wants something, they go for him. And I can come again for talk about with SLPP and North America. The women's wing is the largest wing na North America. And when they say then they do something, they're not the only do them, then they do them with passion, then they do them with style, then they do them with all their might. Today I also they stand on the previous women's leader them where paved this way. For let we day usai we day. The North America women's wing, it's strong, it's vibrant, and the woman them. As a matter of fact, we get woman them where they lead chapters there. And then chapters there, oh boy, oh boy, they are enviable. Not to say the man and then the man chairman and all they do well, but when women and they are affairs of things, we know say then they do very well. Politics, my dear PRO, it no go without the involvement of women. And today are glady for CC, His Excellency don't give we that opportunity for get into politics. As a matter of fact, we see wetin Elakoblo Golama do. People then we know their history. When they be make she was the first parliamentarian. Like I been said the last time, she has assumed so many first. Now in first now been the woman, but it not sit on a salon. It can't tell the world about Sierra Leone. He attend the NWCP. He go now all he been there in New York. He they travel this America for tell people then say yes, Sierra Leone not left behind. Sierra Leone not put woman in behind. I am here. I am representing the women. I am the face of the women. I tell you, thank you for where you ask that question. And I want to encourage every woman where we don't see, don't be and they say, I don't want to let them cost me. Politics is for us. Because now we born them and them. When we go hard. We go with all we have. Anything we'll say we do them. And we don't do them for the party. As a matter of fact, we see what with National Women's Leader do today in a salon. He say yes, the grassroots them, and they feed them. Because we na mama them, now we for take care of the picking them. For now, gentle, if you say I don't rub much small for waiting you ask, we gladly where now SLPP, now usher we into independence. Because when like we chairman be say, when they can't run much from that, when they in power, we see what they become of the country. When they been take over, we see what in the country be they do. And present day today, we see what in Salon be, where everybody Salon don't come back na the map. Not only because of His Excellency, we get a unique first lady, Her Excellency Madam Fatima Madabio. We see the kind of energy we get. As a matter of fact, they travel the whole Salon. For go give we Muslim brother then Sunakati, we not one day see that in a salon. But this woman gets initiative. When Christmas comes, they do the same. We tell all them women and thank you, where they go with the mommy and other women them, where they do everything for less salon, be waiting salon for be the anthem of West Africa. Thank you.
All right, Fambulem, that one day now the elegant women's leader for the SLPP North America region. And then just like we they push the program go before, and they can't we they continue now with the historical developments will lead to the formation of SLPP. With they ask the chairman, it can tell we. And this program just like I tell you now is strictly they connect with the history of the SLPP in collaboration with the independents and how SLPP really makes us say them work together for achieve that Independence Day. So as chairman they come, I go and let una listen to this short music and then we go, Chairman go tell we about the historical formation of the SLPP with a link to the independence as well. All right, famulem. Una don't watch that program day and that one day na the independence celebration at that time and day na the video that they una don't watch. Me na Gentle and me na the PRO for the SLPP North America region. And today we the host the SLPP North America executive for let them tell we about the history of the party because today na the birthday of the party and also the independent. So they can get chairman Pesima for let can tell we the historical formation and development of SLPP.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gentle. It's very, very important for know certain things because now we, the young generation, or we they come up, we don't know much about the history about SLPP and the the leaders then we been the way SLPP form important for law we know. It go interest Boku people for no say the founding member of the All People's Congress APC, Shaka Probin Stephen, himself now a founding member of this, be a founding member of the Israeli People's Party. So we don't go talk about the history of SLPP. We don't mention Shaka Stephen. So Shaka Stephen, Sir Albert, we have been lawyer at the time, very educated man, and Sir Milton. Now people learn from the protectorate, just like I can say, upline people learn, and then come together and form SLPP on April 27, 1951. And right where they formed the party for advance the interest of the upline people and then contest the 1952 general election. Then Bankole Bright and party, then contest. And of course, SLPP been get the majority. I think we've been getting up to 6 seats in a parliament. Then a parliamentary seat no more would they contest for. Because now the British then be the govern we. So we get up to 6 seats them, and through the help with some of the independent candidates then, we get 6 seats, and so we've been getting majority SLPP, and because we've been getting majority, the one that we've been doing them, they work very hard for unite the country, for bring everybody together, especially Sir Milton Magai. And so the colonial masters then see the effort of the SLPP majority in the parliament, and 1 year later they appoint the ministers. All right, they make Shaka Stephen minister, they make Sir Milton minister, they make Sir Albert minister, and I think that then and they then begin call minister then honorable because na parliament then pull them. When you serve as a parliamentarian and then call you for serve in a cabinet, they call them honorable ministers then and day. So they call them for serve as ministers and everything, but still, that did not be enough, for Sir Milton and in colleagues. Then believe say, just serving as ministers under the British, not to think and they were good for the country. All right. But before that, leading to 1957, 5 years later, the country been day up for another general elections. And in that elections, the new political party then don't begin the form. One of them political party then they have been PNP, and some other independent candidates then we themselves be contest the 1957 elections. And so at that time we see say SLPP still been gets the majority. And so again we been see say the one that wouldn't be appointed as minister will be get of course I don't mention Shaka Stephen, I don't mention MS Mustafa. I'll be also another very, very prominent person with them be appointed as minister. So again, the SLPP at that election will get 25 seats. 25 seats now SLPP will win on that 1957 election day. We make Sir Milton Magai, that be the lead, the majority at the time. So a form waiting then call the UNF, when are the United National Front. This they tell you how much the ideology of SLPP is rooted in unity, and how much the ideology of SLPP is rooted in developing the country, and how much the ideology of SLPP historically and up to date they try for work for all Sierra Leoneans. When other political parties then formed during the and day, Sir Milton here and say it's not good for the country for make we get them boku political party there. All man they talk different language, all man they talk and do what you want for do. So it say if we continue for act like so, we go ever remain for the under British colonialization. And then they are not good for we country, not good for we, the protectorate people, and when we were there, we will come on upline, and not go good for the country in better one. So a form waiting and called the United National Front will bring all different political parties then and independent candidates then, and it take them for let them go now London. Then reach London and then begin for talk. I think it was on April 20, 1960, so 1959. Then they begin talk that up there. They played with the colonial masters then, negotiate with them for make them grant we independence. And mind you, when they go, Shaka Stephen be there among the delegates. But when they reach there, ain't been disagree with some of the negotiation, then we be they go on. So he abandoned the copy in London, and he decided for come back na Salone. In fact, he left them 1 week. Now he come. When he come back na Salone, he can begin mount a campaign. He say we can conduct election first. He say election for conducted first before then give we independence. I don't know how Shaka Stephen be they think, but then 10 and day. But people and they go talk for let them free your country, for let you be in charge of your own governance, and then you say no, law can vote first before that they happen. So that's not been go down well, but Sir Milton been very resilient, continue for bringing group together, and finally then they get for grant we own independence. And so out of that Shaka Stephen in campaign election before independence, that is how the APC been born. Because when they come put together some radical young minds them, and been try for sway them away from the country in own focus thing where they help the whole country, but in be just focus on gaining power. And so we finally get to independence on April 27, 1961. Since then, and day, Sir Milton Magai have been the prime minister. We all see how the country when they go before steady. The one that we've been born in that era, then they will live that era, then they then go tell you say 1 shilling have been money, and go tell you say our economy was very, very strong, and go tell you say Sir Milton managed the economy to that the Leones be they match the British pound 1 and 1. This is how economically man we are scientists. Then be they manage the country so, and they make sure say because of the ideology of the party, we now for work in the interest of everybody, not to just in the interest of one person. So again, they say it don't matter whether you're a doctor, whether you're a political science you study, or whether you're an engineer, or whether you're a sociologist, it don't matter. One thing where they move country go before, now the mindset of development and the mindset of unity. Once we get down there, we'll be able to push the country go before. And that now the thing that we Sir Milton been the focus on the time. Say till we come to Sir Albert, how the country be they develop, how we make sure the country be still stabilized until and unless we Shaka Stephen take over the country. Then we see say everything begin go down. Everything begin people then begin to align for rest, people then begin to align for fear, then begin citizens then they turn against each other. where they see people and they fight themselves, protectorate people and they kill each other, division day. Because waiting Shaka Stephen do a kind divide the country. He say the one they waiting at the north and some part of the west, then at them for belong to APC. The one they waiting at the southeast, then at them for day to SLP. So Shaka Stephen and bring and that sharp divide within the country. With 30 days, that divide a day. So many presidents they don't come. All right. Of course, where JS Momo come, it make them worse past everything. In fact, he not been get focus outside they lead the country. Sierra Leone lost focus completely after we Shaka Stephen hand over power give JS Momo. In fact, even inside the APC, then they begin fight themselves. You know, because the vice president at the time and when I've been the organizing secretary for the Sierra Leone People's Party, the FISE na in Shaka Stephen go turn president. But because of that, even the APC begin fight themselves, and then they pin APC against SLPP and against the north against the southeast. So things become very, very bad. And so that brings we to 1992, because I just don't fast forward for tell we how we gained the independence and how the country been stable under the SLPP leadership of Sir Milton and Sir Albert until Shaka P. Stephen take away everything begin go down the drain, to the point that we then get for living into one party system. You know, they make the constitution for say multi-party business, they abandon it. So the plenty political parties that what they see today, APC come, then pull down the commoner we hand. And that makes us say, in fact, Momo Inca out one slogan where say, who side entire cow, now they eat. That is how Momo and the APC institutionalized corruption in that country. They will make they like today with effect corruption. Because Momo now really cannot cut the cutting. Shaka Stephen be they make and small. If they say, well, one time be they way me daddy can they make mockery. Say one time be they way somebody go ask Shaka Stephen for money. They say I tell and say don't let the bring come money, the money don't go for don a bush. So let them go na bush, let them go find the money. You know, and so many other things them way, you know, irresponsible statements them and policies them way the APC been they push them and they will make the country not be able for maintain or sustain that level will be don't reach where the British masters them be there. Once Shaka Stephen take over, everything go down the drain. Momo come and make it worse, you know, and you know we experienced the civil war in 1991. Actually, 1990 way. Fode Sako and the RUF then take Nabush and begin fight because everybody be don't tire with the one party system and the team for it not been there, education be don't go down the drain, not been they put premium on learning again, with mineral resources them we not know saying they go, you know, nothing not been they happen. So and the corruption was so prevalent. And Momo talks outside the entire country, they eat and things like that. So the country became bad off, and the rebels then this and Fode Sako say, well, we they go to bush and go begin fight. So those are some of the repercussions when you get a very oppressive and dictatorial and corrupt government. People that they become dissatisfied and want for take the laws into their own hands. So I don't say I they go too deep, but I really want to let with people they understand, especially with the young generation, how we don't pass, because the one them way now in 20s, 25, we just done 18. Some of them don't understand who side with how far we don't come out and who side we did. So now that make they take me time they explain. And so things become so bad for the Sanko then decide for going to bush, then feds begin from Kailau, you know, take come inside upline and things like that. And still country the hardship because in fact as I've been saying Momo lost focus, you never even know how to even tackle the rebellion at the time. And so then they also monitor the soldier man and the junior officers then come together and say, you know what, Valentine Strasser, President Julius Bio now, then and they, you know, in being commander of the army. And then you get people then like Saj Musa, you get people then like Captain Ben Ash, who are the younger brother of John Benjamin. You know, these are people who come together and say, you know what, we need to liberate this country from the hands of the APC. And so NPRC take over in 1992. 1992, NPRC take over the governance of Sierra Leone. Then make sure say they institute, then bring come back sanity in the country. Then make sure say, and the entire country been glad for what the NPRC do, because we don't tire with Momo in one APC in one party system. We not be the care go the country any side, but we just been the go bien no more with the go bien. And so waiting retired Brigadier Julius Madabio and Emmanuel do. Then say we come for make sure say we remove Momo, we remove APC one party system and bring a multi-party democracy, so that everybody will get equal opportunity for lead the country, so that the country will go before. The retired Brigadier Julius Madabio been so committed to that cause now that and not be one to a point that you don't want anything with a deviator. Some members of the army, including Strasser at the time, really, them want for forget the mandate or the reason we make them come. Them want for continue for hold on to the military power. And the retired Brigadier Julius Madabio said, no, this is not our plan. Not so this will be say what they can do. We plan have been for come overthrow the oppressive and dictatorial one-party system and restore multi-party democracy. So President Julius Madabio took up leadership of the NPRC and make sure say in 1996 a return multi-party democracy to Sierra Leone, where see say SLPP come back na power. When we elect Ahmad Tijan Kaba, Dr. Kaba, you know, take Sierra Leone, the time where Sierra Leone be don't shatter. We don't go through so many civil war, they don't cut people their hand, offices they don't burn, things that don't happen at the country. You know, we don't go through so many things. The country was zero. The rebels then still be the feds, for the Sanko and team, still be in our bush. This just to tell you how each and every time SLPP take leadership in that country, we they make sure say we put the country first. So Tijan Kaba begin rebuild system. It begin make sure say it put infrastructure then in place. And the first thing we do before that, it try for bring the rebel them come on a bush. It try for establish peace. And through Tijan Kaba and hard work, and through the SLPP and other well-meaning Sierra Leoneans them, will be able to achieve peace. A lasting peace we they like today would they enjoy. So for my brothers and sisters, and we don't know SLPP and Tijan Kaba, now we government and we party. Now we strategically make them decisions and therefore let we enjoy lasting peace. And thank God, the Sierra Leoneans they able to understand say peace. Then go only for able for bring we can bring the country go before. So Tijan Kaba make sure say we get peace. Because some man they say, oh, not bring food and on the table, not do this. The people that don't kill, they don't do this, they don't do that, they don't care we go beyond. Not talk to them. If you've been listening to them, they like today will not for they enjoy peace. But we are enjoying peace because SLPP, we own ideology is rooted on unity, freedom, justice, peace for everybody. So Tijan Kaba came, first of all, work on peace and begin build institutions then together. We get NAXA, we they like today they work. We get NASIT, now even reform the NRA, so many other things then we Tijan Kaba in government do. And the country we don't set. Even the roads them, Boku roads them we they enjoy right now today. Tijan Kaba in government, now we don't lay all them platform them they follow them, all road them they happen. You know, and then all of a sudden, because the thing where repeatedly they happen in our country, we as Sierra Leoneans them, we can want the here and now. We want things where they benefit with today, to the point that we forget but waiting and call sustainable development. Development where they sustain and not they happen overnight. You they plan them, you execute them very, very well. And that is what the SLPP does. And most of the time when they do that, the people and they become tired and say, we don't fed up. They don't they pan work when they work. So the entire with you then say, okay, then they count and escroman. And two all see what an escroman do. But I want for whole and Air Force to the escroman on side, and then maybe allow the women's leader himself for chime in, and then I can come now from an escroman era to waiting president talk and do bio they do.
Thank you very much. Family, that one day we talk to now the most wonderful chairman we get now the SLPP North America region. Chairman Desmond Pesima. Now I don't give you now all the rundown for you when a young person where you don't really understand how the country be don't come out, how the country don't they without this. So I think you don't get an opportunity for really get some rundown about how events they occur, how things that they occur. One thing the way I want to let you understand. Before I talk that side, let we just get some small body water. Let we feel. All right, family. That one day, now one part with Salon sister there when I was celebrity. We been there, now big sister. Una see we it killed that big say for we on independence. And your independence gift and the way give. You know, my family una been the way Chairman Pesima been the talk. Chairman Pesima been taken from the historic background, and I want to understand say SLPP information is based on unity. SLPP information is based on oneness. During that time where we they under British rule, the only political party where saloon people they all come together and form because of oneness, then at the SLPP and the name of Sierra Leone People's Party. Because that party been there, now they represent Sierra Leoneans and why the British then be there and then they rule we. So now so the game been go in that country day. And how the SLPP be really formed. The first person where na the exponent, when at the beginner of the SLPP information, then they call him chief by Farmer Tas. So by Farmer Tas, na Cambia district. Now in the main person we been there behind the formation of the SLPP, and the SLPP the former inside Cambia district, now the north part of Sierra Leone. But however, you find out say the formation of SLPP just like us for bring unity. Now, all the paramount chiefs in another country, they all come together. Now, they all combine together. They say, let we make a party where they represent the nation, where they seek the interest of the nation. So now, so they be able to form the SLPP. And then what happen? When they come na the western area, the Creole they say get their own party, where they be formed because they be one with man and give them the country when independence time reach. So we got two political parties now at the end of the day. But however, one Creole person they bring them, when they can join. One Creole person say been come, when they can join the group, where Farmer Tas the paramount chief they be make, where they call Lamina Sanko. In real name, not to be Lamina Sanko, in name na be Reverend Jones. But because they bring him, he said they make a paramount chief. You know, say Fritz, I don't get chief. So because everybody will be inside SLPP, na paramount chief them, now they be make a paramount chief, then they be get in chief name, then we call a Lamina Sanko, where then where una get that street where they call Lamina Sanko Street. So in na be named Reverend Jones, na be the Creole man and they will join the countryman them for let them form the SLPP. And by Farmer Tas, that be the first person down there where they want to give the symbol of SLPP for head SLPP for become the head of SLPP. But because Farmer Tas and a paramount chief and all the other paramount chiefs, they say, no, we're not going to go left with paramount chieftaincy and put on for politics. Because if they be take politics, then left the paramount chieftaincy, automatically waiting for not happen, they're not able to go again where they don't know for take the chieftaincy and chieftaincy now for life. So now so by Farmer Tas say, well, I not go want that position. What if by Farmer Tas do? Now it say they go give Sir Milton Magai, because Sir Milton Magai na be medical doctor, and I be the only medical doctor we come out na salon, where be the worker all over the country, we used to everybody in the country, where we don't work, where we don't turn the civil servant, it don't work now all districts and all chiefdom and all parts of that country. Dey. So everybody be don't know him, everybody be don't like him, and everybody be don't become comfortable with him. So now they say, well, all the paramount chiefs at the north and all over, they say, well, we're not able to turn because we go lost with chieftaincy. Now, so they take the Samiti Magai for let it turn the head of SLPP. Eventually, he become prime minister of the SLPP. But then, one thing they want to let people know, and the young people of the Australian People's Party, Australian, as they let them understand now. One, we get the motto of the SLPP, we get the symbol of the SLPP, when a palm tree. But the motto and the emblem of SLPP, now this Mr. Lamina Sanko, what they call Reverend Jones, when the Krioma when they all trade together, they make Salon People's Party. Now he bring the motto of SLPP. When the original motto for SLPP, now unity, freedom, and justice. So that motto we Salon get now, we'll get unity, freedom, and justice. Now SLPP been get now one day. So now only when they build now independence, now they can see them, they use that unity, freedom, and justice, then put them as Salon motto. Now that make you see the palm tree where SLPP been take, they even put up a Salon emblem when a two palm tree day. So when they put that motto where Reverend Jones, when a Lamina Sanko being developed, at the end of the day, they left SLPP now with one motto where they call unity. So now that they be make SLPP be pick a symbol before that 10 day when I be palm tree. But I can't explain to you now the relevance of palm tree and the significance of the palm tree and what to make the SLPP choose the palm tree and how that palm tree related to the country. After we don't get let's get the women's leader, let itself can tell you something about this formation of the SLPP and how if he say woman they be join hand. Also, because you don't tell we how women themselves they play role in the formation of SLPP leading to independence, and then we go let's listen. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, me honorable chairman and me PRO. I just been there in awe with all that rich history. Like I've been saying earlier, it is no coincidence that only SLPP, they able to bring the country together. And one thing where Chairman be talk about, where Shaka Stephen abandon the people that will go seek for go fight for this independence. What things are meeting and do, they not give up. Then still stood their grounds. That is what SLPP have done. Coming back to the woman them. We they talk about them woman and then Boku, some their names are not there because you know how we woman and they work, they work behind the scene. But women, we are alongside demand them when them be they seek for independence. Most of what they always can do, first thing we woman them can they na the kitchen they cook. For let we make sure say we man them where they fed this fed, then belful now we there for take care of the picking them. But only SLPP they give with that opportunity them, because even when like people like Madame Yoko, they not been left behind. She was very vital in politics na Salon. Madame Yakoblo Golama, like they tell people them about Madame Nancy from Bond, Madame Humonia from Kenema District. They have fought a very good fight for let women they be represented. We see say Salon are one of the country them where give opportunity to women. Well, not only the country, the SLPP party to be particular, where give opportunity to women at that country for let it run as vice presidential candidate in the person of Dr. Kadi Sise. SLPP now the only party where they give women them not so deputy ministerial positions there, but ministries them for let them head them. And I can tell when I say when these women are heading these departments them then they excel, then they do very well. Presently in Sierra Leone, we get a lot of women in our parliament, and in their constituency, then they really, really, really do well. I always know they ever forget me constituency, which is SLPP North America. We get 18 active chapters, them where they call the district na Sierra Leone. Amongst those chapters, we get women them. The biggest chapter is led by a female chairman, Mrs. Fatma Sadauziuri, and that chapter, I can tell you now the biggest chapter, and they encourage membership. They are doing very well. We go now Houston, Texas. Madam Alice Bangura Gobe, now the chapter chair, and that chapter is also thriving. We go to Dallas. Again, now woman, Madam Doris Bangura Bright, now the chapter head. And that chapter, again, they do very well. We come now Ohio, Madam Yata Abu Rogers, now the chapter chair for 2 times now. I can tell you now, say, because they're woman and they do very good job, they always they go then second time very easy, because they know say then they are selfless. That is what women are about. We are selfless. We do the work. We know they look who not come. We can I can see women and they because if there is no availability, then they do everything for let them make sure say things go right. We come now DRC. Now woman, Madam Amina Kawa, now in the chair. And again, it go for in second term. It do very well. It revive. They're not just they no more for the name seminar chairman. Then they do recruitment. Then they encourage members them. We know say APC now been there in power. So when we be the opposition, it been very difficult. But then woman them, even when we are in oppositions, when they are chapter chairs, they strive. Then they do everything for let SLPP, let the world like where we chairman give that rich history. Let the world know say now only SLPP they do them. We can't to DVC, Delaware Valley chapter, Madam Dede Kopo, nine at the chapter ahead. We don't get so many other women. We don't be a chapter as like Madam Kadiatu Ali, nine at the chapter in Chicago. We get Madam Hawa, Hawa na New York. Now we get Madam Hawa Akpaji or Madam Hawa Kalon. Now in the chapter head na New England. And we know say we know waiting this woman can do. Waiting?
Not that good as saying a woman.
Okay, I they come. I know they forget, so I just want to tell categorically say the woman then they do very well. Let me PRO just remind me the North Dakota chapter. SLPP, they strive, we they go into even the Midwest. Now, woman, then they hold that fourth day. Madam Hawa Kalon Akpaji, nine at the chapter head, and we know what in that woman can do, where President can come. Now, New England, Boston, first they go, and that woman they galvanize Sierra Leoneans them. You know, one day, President, one day go about and head into shame. We get in North Dakota, Mrs. PRO, Mrs. Gentle, nine at the chapter head. And the women's leader then are all the chapters then they do very, very well. I know they able to sit down here today. If not so then woman them, then women's leader them, where they do them work for let the chapter they shine. Don't done with me constituency, because if you don't have one, you're not going to do the SLPP work. We go back na salon. We see what's in the woman that they do. Then they form support groups them. We they see say na woman and they get and then say for sweep the street then. Because chairman they talk one thing about NPRC where we now president His Excellency be there. SLPP know they just can't sit on our governance. Then they
all right, you know okay. Go ahead.
Then do everything for make sure say the world, because Sierra Leone are part of the world, and because of SLPP, the world presently don't know about Salon, and they go. We see what's in the woman and they do. We see the role and where the woman and they take upon themselves. We get one other vibrant upcoming minister, now deputy minister, but we see what's in a trade. We see what's in this woman and they do.
We know they hear you.
And they do. Every female minister, Then they selfless, we don't see with deputy minister mineral resources, Mrs. Anne-Marie Harding. They are all representing women with distinction. So, Mr. PRO, we know say SLPP not to SLPP without the woman then. And the women then are the largest group na SLPP. Now the woman then not the vex. Now the woman then they say, this na Combra party. And we woman then are the Combra. Now the woman then they go out, then they encourage. Like Abi earlier say me introduction, today, the national women's leader, Nancy and Fit say, the grassroots then, now they get SLPP. The grassroots then, now they will not forget. Yes, Sierra Leone today na independence, but SLPP that we 71st birthday today, it makes sure say we celebrate her at the party office in grand style. Again, woman them don't always stand with leadership. Woman them don't always do them part in leadership for SLPP. And chairman been talk small, but I want piggyback on how the war, he talk about the war. We know say when all them things happen, the woman and they suffer. But woman there, we always side with Oja. We dey behind we man them. We dey give with support, so we different leaders them. So gentle, without women, there is no politics.
All right. Thank you very much, women's leader. Una see how the women's leader take in time and explain to una and tell una how SLPP they promote woman them, how woman them then are the backbone where don't make SLPP don't develop they like today, we don't make SLPP stand tall, and we don't make this SLPP party they empower and improve Sierra Leoneans their life through the new direction government under the leadership of President Tok Anubio. Like chairman be the talk now about independence. Now SLPP now bring independence. Now SLPP pull Salone from slavery, meaning anytime we SLPP they na problem that they solve for Sierra Leoneans then. Anytime we SLPP surface now improvements and enable environment that they create for Sierra Leoneans then. We now find out say when SLPP bring that independence, because of the people that we SLPP been get at that party, where they're hugely educated, we not be get no sonko in that independence. Other African countries, then they be the feds, they make halala, then they make bogosoro, then they bring war, then they bring civil unrest for let them get independence. They struggle a lot. But we find out, say, because of the intellect there, where we been getting SLPP, we find out, say, nobody don't make halala. It went on smooth. And now this now the reason we make SLPP anytime we they come, they improve on education. No wonder President Tok Anubio bring the free and quality education. Now, I come talk about briefly the symbol where SLPP select. Then I go left chairman say handle that one for we better one. Now, when SLPP come, me family, you and the young SLPP member, I want to let you open your ears, let you listen. You and the young Sierra Leonean, I want to let you open your ears, let you listen. This program is a very important program for every SLPP person and Sierra Leonean because we don't know their histories there. So now, the symbol, they went a palm tree. SLPP choose that symbol there as a symbol of unity, a symbol of protection, a symbol of life, a symbol of trust. Now that one they call a unity as the motto. Everywhere they became unity, freedom, and justice. But now, what did it happen? How they come about for choose palm tree? When all man don't gather, the see palm tree now the only tree down there where they be any weather. And palm tree in roots, where they watch in roots. When I think say it get boku roots there, but they all gather together. In roots not scatter like other tikre. This they go so, this they go so, this they go so. No. So meaning SLPP in roots, they all there together. No wonder President Tok Anubio gonna kitchen trade it tell Kade Colonial Kela for let it come back now in roots because palm tree not they scatter. Palm tree not they run away. The roots they all there together. Because Kade Kela in Papa, then can as SLP, now the second phase of SLPP, now Kade Kela in Papa they join. Because the first phase that then by farmer task one are the big one. Then. So now when they choose the palm tree, when I find out say the SLPP palm tree symbol now 13 palm tree they 13. And that 13 palm tree, it represents the 12 districts in that country and the western area when I won. So now that 13 thing they mean. And also, let I tell you now one thing. Why I say the palm tree is a symbol of survival. Inside the palm tree, if you thirsty, it will give you water. If you want wine, then they give you that poyo in the drinker. If you want oil and a food, it will provide food. If you want food, because that palm tree, there's something there inside that palm tree where they cut out, then they cook out with then they cook out, they feel like na casada. Then they eat her with plasas. That palm tree where they see. And then one thing that was very important and significant about that palm tree from the formation of SLP, why they choose that? The middle of the palm tree, when I find out say it gets one sharp and tender a thick where they grow the inside the middle of that palm, any palm tree where they grow. That sharp one where they come up, now the young generation, now the symbol of the young generation of SLPP. Now that make now then they at the middle or at the heart of the party. So the young generation now that make the party know they play with them. Now then they always now the heart of the party, and now that make now then at the new one the way they grow up from the party. Now the reason that one the palm tree are like fire catch by all side. Palm tree they left it on. Even if fire catch by all, when they see that young that in the middle, that fresh one middle, now they grab, now they grow, there is sprung out back. So the young generation of the SLPP now always they grow up and scatter and become the bigger branches. So this is not the reason we make them choose the party, and the party now a shade where they bring covering and protection. So SLPP party now a symbol of protection. Now that means anytime we salon they into problem, now SLPP the surface, SLPP they protect the people, they protect the economy, they protect the country. For example, where an Eskroma can destroy the country, what happen? A left with austerity, Madam Yokai, the protector. And then one thing is very much relevant about the SLPP, we at the tail one, for we all understand is this. People are not ever understand this history. They don't know say all the development, infrastructural development in that country, now SLPP do all. Now SLPP make all the roads there in that country. Now SLPP make all the government hospitals and they build all the government hospitals in that country. Now SLPP make build all the government schools in that country. Every school in that country na SLPP build. Every government hospital na SLPP build. All the roads there na SLPP make them. If any government been come, now repair then they repair the road there. The only thing where APC do now for build stadium inside 27 years. Now for build stadium and build U building. But all the roads in that country, now SLPP build them. All institutions in that country, now SLPP bring them. Now coming to the sun because when they reach chairman the talk say how Chakasivi been go by independence, he run away and abandon the independence, he abandon the good thing for the nation, he abandon incompetence, then run away with tribalism, a cow with violence, a cow with lies, a build a party. Now this make way APC then Chaka Stevie na be Bobo man, na be Albert Magai in Bobo, na be Lanny Boy. Albert Magai can't get power after his brother die. When I meet in Magai, they want let the family continue with the time we left. Now when APC then come, then bring the symbol when a sun. Sun means now a symbol of destruction. Now that means you account say we get a bank where they say your account is in the red. Now for don't let you cry. So now then bring the sun for let the sun can warm the palm tree, for let it kill the palm tree. Now the reason that way they bring the sun. So when the sun kill the palm tree, salon people they not go get shade again because palm tree na symbol of protection. Now shade they go under. They can't put the sun for let warm the palm tree for 27 years. The sun they warm the palm tree, but still the young generation down at the middle of the palm tree is still grow. They will get success. So the palm tree it be a weather. The palm tree na kumbra. Now that make SLPP choose palm tree as a symbol. So they can't allow Chairman Pesima let itself come. Let it tell we something where we go make we enjoy this program and because it be taps on side and other things and they will itself one again for really tell we follow understand clear so that we will try for come out now the show because we don't take too much.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentle Patrick Mada Kroman, SLPP North America PRO, and thank you, women's leader, for how I outlined.
What are you hearing, Chairman?
You hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay, so I just been say thank you to you and the women's leader for we will not really don't take on time and outline the history of SLPP and also the significant role where women in the play for developing country. And so PRO, you may talk about Paramount Chief by Farmatas, very, very significant figure in the SLPP. And that they tell you, say, right, even we Paramount Chief then all over the country. I want to let them know, say, not only with SLPP then have power, nine then they get respect. Only with SLPP then have power, I repeat, and then Paramount Chief then they get respect. Because SLPP na a party where na the Paramount Chief then in those days and then come together. Even though power by Farmatas not being that educated, but guess what? Because of SLPP, that man they become minister. All right, in a be minister without portfolio, and also where Shaka Stephen become chief minister. Now in been they also advise in a be advisor, you know, as on government issues, and so not to today SLPP don't begin respect Paramount Chief them, and not to today SLPP don't begin cut across the north. So where we brother then APC then say, then they talk saying and then get, you know, the APC na the north, na then get them no. SLPP as we don't gentle don't say na the north, na the former, and the Paramount Chief them, na then being put their hand under the party because then we call them the ordinary man party. That being the common man party, not to be the gentle people and party. All right, we may get the gentleman, then the Creole people and party, we been then way then former and a Freetown. And so we see say them Paramount Chief then they are very, very important people there. So I just want to rub mouth on that side this month before I actually can now and you know do a comparison between SLPP and APC from the time of independence, and how APC all time they push the country go beyond, and how SLPP they move the country go forward. All right, we've been tapped Usai after all the hard work with Tijan Kabadu and SLPP for make sure so we get peace in that country, for make sure say we rebuild the country, for make sure say we do soul healing, okay, with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Wait for help from make people then heal. Okay, with so many things that we make daily today, we're able for to mark back as a country. Infrastructural development that we undertake them. All them buildings that we've been born, all them villages and towns that we've been destroyed. Daily today, you go this if you know the say war been day. Because Tijan Kaba make sure say it bring them together. Today under the APC. You go work till you know they get pension. You go work, you die like pauper. But because of SLPP care, but the people and civil servants, then people and where they work, that make Tijan Kaba empower the Minister of Labor then and they Mr. Timbo for make they establish the NASIT where they like today people and they work and then they get them benefit. Of course, we talk about NAXA, the revenue authority. Tijan Kaba make sure say it reform down there. Bring some educated SLPP person. You know, John Karimo, we've been there in charge of that. We make sure say they like today the system day. But when APC came in 2007, then he say na the intendant day for letting can thief, for letting can kapu, and for letting can wreck the country. So now waiting be the happen. NASIT, when I've been one of the richest institutions then under and SLPP, and begin experience bankruptcy because now some of them side and then now, you know, APC they go take money. Then they go take money na NRA. No central side not been there again for them money. They come for let the country able for be really and truly economically independent. Because when we talk about independence, not to just for make the waitman and left for rule with. Not to just from political independence. We won't forget economic independence. We won't forget social independence. We want to make sure say we're able for control. We're able for sustain ourselves. Under APC, we'll not be able for sustain that economic independence day. The country become poor. And Eskroma declare austerity, which means Sierra Leone don't broke. They're not go able for feed themselves. Sierra Leone go able for pay salary, Sierra Leone go able for secure the country at that particular point in time with territorial integrity was hugely undermined because we've been lacked the resources for make we go able for secure even we own border there. Now that time they will see even we neighbor in Guinea, then they try for carry encroach, now we own country, then say part of Sierra Leone then get them. Because an Escroman left Sidon, the country broke, we're not able for pay soldier man them, we're not able for protect even with border. So gradually APC them they try for take we back into dependency. And so we need for understand that there as a country. And where Mother Bioka, what he decide for do now for make sure say a try for secure we border them, a try for establish good working relationship with neighbor them. That is how you sustain democracy. That is what SLPP is known for. Economically, Mother Bio, His Excellency, find out say so many leakages them be there. Loopholes them. Money they come out, it goes on side, we don't know how they go. Money they kind side this way, come out the other way, nobody don't know how they go. And because of that, we'll not be able to pay salary. Debt will be there for make IMF and World Bank. They run away per week. They say they know they put nothing in salon business because we're not responsible for managing resources. That is how bad. That is how economically APC make we wreck. We become dependent again on outside people. Now, with SLPP, we are good at what we do. Mother Bio come back, he say, you know what thing? Lord, we get this consolidated form. The one good thing where that is doing for us, now everybody they get salary. Everybody they get salary, infrastructural development, then they take place, and things are going on well. And so, as a country, what it mean to we this day, April 27, it means saying that the day this war for Sudan will reflect as a country. We want to go back, Usa been there in poverty. We want to go back, Usa been there where we're not able to compete internationally and even sports. We want to go back to Usa been there where we country not being attractive and sexy like a gentle can say. We want to go back to Usa been there where things then hardship there, people are not able to feed themselves. No. When the country is independent, we also for make sure we are independent in sports, we're able to compete globally, we are independent in tourism, we country they attract people and for come, we are independent in managing our resources, we're able with diamonds them, with golds them, with rutile, with bauxite, even with oil where they don't discover, we're able to make sure we use them for at a competitive price now the global market. We want to make sure we gross national and we gross domestic product a day in a way that we're able to compete internationally. All right. And this is what His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio and the SLPP is doing. Now, this will they do. For make sure they will not just wear with green, white, and blue like where somebody they celebrate any other day in life. That's not what this day means to us. This day means that the day this war they come, we sit down, we reflect as a people. Who say we don't come out? Who say we there and who say we want for go? So it's very, very important. I really, really want to encourage my brothers, my sisters, them, my mama, them, daddy, them, anybody where they listen to me. I really want to encourage you and follow. We get this mindset of development, this mindset for push the country go before. This northwest versus southeast, it not don't take we any side. Now that make you see the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, they go all across the country. They go to the north, they go to the east, at the west. They bring people in together because we believe in one country, one people. We believe in that palm tree where it all pass all the other tree there. We believe in that palm tree where they able to get one grain roots, plenty roots them, but we all small, but we strong together, because when we boku and we there together, we able to achieve more. That is what the SLPP believes. And so today, I really want to encourage us. Let us focus on national development. This boku criticism, this boku anything will happen and they politicize them. People and they go, in fact, this cut cable business is just so becoming rampant now. Yesterday again, we are seeing people and they go cut cable, all in the interest of political gains. We don't tire. We need to allow the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, may he move this country to whose side we need for go. For let people then left for run away, come on salon, can't don't oversee and they look for greener pasture. Let we then say we own country and develop with country and move with country go before. Now that the only thing we gonna make Sierra Leone go get respect. You see? Because even when they are overseas, we they continue to give that respect to the country. Just today, the mayor of Philadelphia don't make a proclamation. Now this country, yeah, for say they don't embrace Sierra Leone as a partner. They don't invite Sierra Leone for make Sierra Leone can work with the city of Philadelphia for make them exchange development and ideas. Then he make that proclamation. They write them. They say, "Lord, we can't go now with embassy and let that proclamation they reach the president." So these are the things then this will for they do as a nation. So people are gonna say we independent, not for red, green, white, and blue. Go on social media, post picture, dance, sing, oh, we like we salon, or sing the national anthem. Yes, all those are good. But waiting important is how can we sustain that economically? How can our artists, compete internationally? How can our athletes, sportsmen, then how do they compete and succeed internationally? How we local produce them go beyond the Sierra Leone market? How we go begin see we look at content in every supermarket in Sierra Leone? These are the ideas we need for the think, but now in that direction, they we need for the think. Corruption, we all need for FETA, not to Benkefala no more or President Madabio. We all now we need to corner them. We need for fight corruption. Because if we continue to engage in corrupt practices, this independence not mean nothing to we. So I believe I don't have so many issues then, and I want for stop here for now, and maybe I will come and give me a final word. But again, we independence for mean something will they use for reflect and see how we move the country go before in a development way.
Family, this now the SLPP History and Sierra Leone Independence Program, now the Hot Goose Network Television, and we get the SLPP North America Region Executive, where they come today for make sure say they bring their message they are to we family for let them explain to we the young people them, for let them explain to we the Sierra Leoneans because most of we don't understand it here. Most of we not they say, most of we not diluted information where politicians they want to more we yeri, neither they get out there. But today we get an opportunity for the chairman of the SLPP North America region and the women's leader for Kanaya and join hand with Gentle for let them really tell Una waiting at the history of SLPP and waiting at the history behind Salon in Development One and the independence of Sierra Leone. When at the real history this today, this video will not listen at any time. That the real history will not drop on a comment there. And also, I want to understand say all the SLP members and Sierra Leoneans for say part of the historic development of SLPP, the original color of SLPP now blue and white. The original color of SLP now be blue and white. But then after SLPP be done day into opposition, they don't wipe the off, not even opposition. They be don't kill SLPP, they be don't banish them for over 27 years with APC been there. In 1996, whether they come for can revitalize SLPP, 9 lawyer Charles Magai come, put the green and the white. So now so it be happy. So at the end of the day, they take the green there and they color then they been take the match them with salon flag. So now SLPP now develop salon from that point then. So now I want to let you where they understand you and a young person in SLPP. I want to understand say SLPP get values. Historical values and they get historical ideology. Now, the historical ideology of SLPP na national inclusiveness and unity. Now that means they choose a pantry where all the roots them boku, then tiny, but then they together, they hold the pantry tight. Meaning everybody they come together for hold the country tight. So now that's the ideology of the SLPP, with a national inclusiveness and unity. Everybody now for land this today. Now the ideology of SLPP. Now the values of SLPP now respect for elders and nation. Then are the values of SLPP. Now that make inside SLPP, they see then they cause mamikos. Now that make inside SLPP, they see then they disrespect elder. Now that make even inside with 2020 constitution, President Bio don't emphasize them. It tell people that they respect the values of SLPP. You respect elders, now we respect women and anybody. So now that value they even if they cost you Bama, now SLPP, now say with the challenge APC them. But first as they cost you commodity. Because the paramount chief they will get respect. Now the whole country, now they come together, they build a party. So the value whether they project, now respect for elders. Because the traditional party, the villager then get SLPP, now the grassroots then get SLPP, now the layman then get SLPP, now the poor person then get SLPP. And a northern they really come together and build a party, they call all man together with unity. So now that means we get that ideology, when a national inclusiveness and unity. Now that means we motto na unity. So women's leader, as they can't talk now for long can rapport. Now we don't get we values them for say the value of the party, now respect for elders and for respect for nation. Now that means SLP, the develop nation, put nation first. So now respect for nation and for elders. And then with ideology, now national inclusiveness and unity. How you they see, I want to tell people that now, the action of President Tokanubi we don't can create this inclusive governance system. How that action, the ideology of SLPP, how you think say President Bio don't take them for bring them inside the national inclusion? How you don't correlate them because we don't see they bring people there all over now, other party, other country. So talk about that and let people they understand say yes, the ideology of SLPP, the national inclusion and unity, and that one they exactly President Bio they do. So how President Bio they implement that one they inside governance system, Madam Women's Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Piaro. But before I answer that question, I want to piggyback on what me learned, very intelligent chairman talk about. It talk about development. It talk about, lastly, it talk about this cable business. Let we talk, we're not able to talk about development without education. APC don't can destroy every fabric of education. Because when people are not educated, education not only for go to classroom and read and write. Education, it means say you waiting you go do for your country, how you want let your country day. Waiting how you want see your country. That is one aspect of education. If you they go about for court cable them, you know one development for your country. Now I make gentle glad the way can come on the air for educate people them, but how and waiting SLPP they do for let care that country go before. Me chairman talk about so many rich history where we really, especially the young one them. Now only SLPP they sustain so many things them. And first them, we they call Sierra Leone the anthem of Africa. And I see a very important history, but only na SLPP able to do that. During SLPP and the woman in a SLPP, we get one woman when I have been the first PhD holder from Sierra Leone, now West Africa. Today people then they come on go Ghana because APC can destroy the fabric of education in that country. Today people they want go to other country, but we had the first female woman from West Africa, and it was from Sierra Leone when I gets the first BA, the first West African woman to complete a BA bachelor's degree in liberal arts. Na be Edna Elliott. Na salon e-commerce, but they like today na manage again with a manage for let we can build them. We tell we basic education with Minister Dr. Senge. We give kudos. Though but when I look back, just this new direction. Waiting Senge they do. Waiting Senge they do. Education don't begin they get USA is supposed to be. Also let's talk about chairman and gentle talk about something about cohesion, about we waiting with now we foundation of SLPP, and it talk about color.
Ideology.
With values and ideologies.
Let's talk more about that color day. We know say SLPP, not only are we educated, we are very intelligent. That green, we present chairman, Dr. Prince Alex Harding, even get something for do chemistry, for let we get the kind SLPP green. The green be very, very light, but it can do some kind. I just learned this history just last year. It been get something for do with that color day. Yes, the color of SLPP have been blue. We get learned people there. We know one because SLPP na Sierra Leone. I want for let we young one they know say when we talk about Sierra Leone, we are talking about the SLPP party because now then they sustain everything. Now then get good intention for that country. Day. Coming back, you say about ideology. You talk about respect. I can categorically, I can remember last year where then go bow na some kind meeting where President Bio talk say, SLPP, we know one man because it gonna Kaila, it talk that one day. We have to now structure. When there is structure in anything, it they proceed, it they go before, it they be grounded. But where there is no structure, and that is what APC have always lacked, there is no structure. Because when they come, then they kapu. We hear what we chairman be talk about GS Momo. Who say you tie Canada date? What kind of ideology?
Institutionalizing corruption.
That is a basic inception of corruption. That is the ideas. But when SLPP come, they want for build the country. They want for put Sierra Leone back na the stage. So when I say SLPP na Sierra Leone, because now one country, one people, they always determined for care and go before. Like I've been they talk about ideology, about cohesion, about respect. That is what SLPP was birthed into. Now that's them born SLPP. Like Jen to talk it's on making day where somebody pass mark, where you push it 10 at the wall, you not get no side for go for bounce back. Then small man because the way SLPP people then cause APC now because they don't tire. But we not so Mamiko's party. Even at that, we leader and the president, and they talk solely on the leadership and the of SLPP. We leader when His Excellency Brigadier can talk say, he say we know they cause Mamiko. So when they SLPP don't APC don't cause Mamiko say President Bill say let we can't get a conversation. Let we tell them say we don't do this. And me chairman be talk about the roads, the formation, the project the way President Kababin puts in place. Yes, not so APC can begin make their road there. Me na a living witness, I know about her because my husband be the work for one of the project there, especially that road there where they come up them go Pendebu Kailan. Now President Kaba now start that project there. Of course, there is a democracy in Sierra Leone. That is what SLPP is built on again. Then believe in democracy. There was an election, APC win, and then for make sure say, and there were members of parliament where one for make sure say the country go before. At the end of the day, they just get for go forward with them project them. But Chairman, thank you very much for letting us know, and the people of Sierra Leone know say, not so APC then become put that project to when they make this, they make that. It was all in the pipeline. SLPP be don't put her under President Kaba in watch. They be don't put her in place. Yes, we have structure. Structure now they come with cohesion. When Gentle talk about leadership, when you talk about respect, we know elder, and we are. He talk say again, we are a upline party. We know say we big on respect. Upline person before you get you rest, let you get respect. So these are the principles that the party is built on. That is why we are excelling as a party. And not say come 2023, we are back in governance. Because the woman, they don't tie their oja. The woman, they don't ready for work more than waiting to be work. And Chairman also mentioned so many very, very important things today. He just attended. He was invited to that ceremony in the city of Philadelphia. Oh, that no more SLPP can able do, because when they come, they are selfless. They're not so just for them, for let them see me. They are doing something for the country, for let them put the country first. And Chairman, I want for join the other executive for tell you plenty thank you, and every member of SLPP and Sierra Leoneans there will join you today for attend that very, very important occasion. Yeah, Gentle, we want to tell you thank you. When we talk about SLPP, we are talking about the vibrant women. When we talk about SLPP and cohesion, we are talking about the people then where they play na the background. And who are these people? The women. Let's say one thing and I will exit. I want to tell me First Lady thank you. We are talking about hands off our gas. I want to tell Una say, now the Sierra Leone has been a model. When Her Excellency Mrs. Fatima Jabi Madabio, Mrs. Madabio, came with that hands off our gas. Now you and I was present. Now in the other country there, even this pad business forgive free pad. Now Sierra Leone na the model, because we get woman where get sense, because we get woman where they think on their feet. As a matter of fact, we get another function, war against rape, where we First Lady na this region here, they come do for race fund for them battered picking them. Because SLPP, we the woman, we are always thinking on our feet. We first lady when Mrs. Rachel Pesima, he get that fundraiser. You know, they do her forget her the money for himself. She can do well all by herself. But if they do them for promote the workway, the excellency they do. If they do them for help the other woman where they salon, where they look after them picking them, where they look after them rape victims there. We know what thing they go on a salon. Woman them, that is nature. It is not only Sierra Leone, it's all over. But we don't get woman them where they help all throughout. I want on behalf of me, woman in North America, for thank our first lady for the good work way they do. You know, they sit down, you don't bring hands off our gas, you know, they sit down, it's shepherd. And I also want to extend that thank you to our first lady, Mrs. Rachel Pesima, where they think about the woman them, where one raise fund for go help with picking them, for go help with sister them. I want for formally invite everybody where they listen today for can attend that very important program. On behalf of the women, the vibrant women, the phenomenal women of this very fifth region,
Yes.
SLP North America, I want to say on their behalf, we congratulate Sierra Leone, but more especially the 71st birthday of our grand old party. And let us know that Sierra Leone People's Party is the second oldest in Sub-Sahara. When I know what they mean, they have been going strong. They usher us into independence, and they are still going strong. I yield, and I thank my panelists. I thank my chairman, and Gentle, our PRO. We are lucky to have you. Please continue doing what you're doing, because you are talking for SLPP. You are educating the masses about what our president is doing, about what North America does. And North America, we know say we are ready for 2023. We know say we are energized, and we are coming to Sierra Leone. We dey go register in our numbers. We will be there to campaign, and we'll make sure that SLPP comes back in power. Thank you.
Family, when I see where SLP to produce material, not to sinful, then they produce control, then they produce the real material where you don't talk. You see the woman them, the one where they lead the woman. Una hear how it talk, una see how it talk sense, una see how it talk seriousness. Una hear mami cost day no, because that value they know the day. Una hear disrespectful statement no, because that value they know the day. All right, now before as we the time close, before I allow let chairman cancel, because I get one fine question where I get for ask chairman where if they use now for close in statement them, if they put her among the way they close in statement. But before that one, I want to let una know say during that time they where Chaka Stephen win that elections in 1968 in the early 70s. What did Chaka Stephen do? Where it bring one party system? What did Chaka Stephen do for let it bring one party system? Because SLP be the majority na parliament. So but for let it bring them, let parliament vote for agree for that one party. Chaka Stephen make sure say it arrest all the SLPP, plenty of the SLPP member of parliament there. It go lock them in jail. Illegally, they not go to court, they not complain, no nothing. That's why you go take them, it put them in jail, it lock them. Because SLPP been boku na parliament, so it throw them in jail, now it can with the paper now, it can lay on a parliament, it's let them vote for one party. And that's an APC no more be there plenty. Now then go vote, they put one party, because APC they afraid elections. There's no way election they did in that country. When a free and fair, APC go win, and they not go ever win them. APC go only win, and even that time when Chaka Stephen win, now because SLPP get palava. APC go only win where SLPP get palava. Now that make APC when they na power, na confusion then they carry it, then they can't divide that, then they can't palava for let them tease SLP let palava come. So but hence SLP no get palava na national party. They know they lost election. So now because that palava been in, I make APC be get that position there, and then when they can they know say the next election, Chaka Stephen APC they come on, they not go win. Now he run a whole SLPP member of parliament, they lock them in jail. Then he cannot put the bill. Now they vote for one party. For no other person no can challenge it. Then they afraid. So this not happen. So if APC they go and holler say they legally pull the rogue people in our parliament, we not see how APC be done they use them pattern and they wrongly. Now the family will not hear plenty with the can now and they can't with chairman they can't close this issue. Again, a closing remarks we get for give at this program, but I want to ask Chairman, let me bring one thing inside. Chairman, they can't get elections 2023. Which message you get for Sierra Leoneans then? And which plan as a chairman in this region you think say you get, or if you know how to talk the plan, but if you get any plan where they work on, or what you think say you go do for help, because Freetown and Saloon, then they look up to North America now greatly. Now we are the papa, now we are the grandpa for the entire diaspora. Because your leadership don't make for let everybody know say North America is ready and is set for hit the ground running. But which is the plan now we get, which message you get, and how you think say you will slot that message the way you get, and the plan we get in your last statement where they can give before we close the program.
Me fumble them when I thank you again when I don't deal with we don't pass 1 hour and 2 hours they go so. But we believe say this particular session is important, and if I follow with the can we remind ourselves some of some of them thing and we don't pass, and talk to ourselves and see, we saw one for civil country for go in the next 10, 15, 20 years and upward. Going back to we some of the things that we SLPP stand for, when we talk about unity and inclusivity or inclusive governance, we see how the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, don't really hammer down in this enforced term. To a point that somebody where nobody not ever been the fee say go talk good about SLPP. We see how President Bio don't bring and come on board. That now no less a person, but the Alpha Camp.
The former
right
for APC.
AK-47.
AK-11.
AK-47.
We have been former mouthpiece of APC. Because APC disrespect her, because APC not get that value for respect elders them where SLPP get, then disrespect Alpha Khan. In fact, Alpha Khan they small picking and all they put mouth for now. All right, then they provoke and then they mock him. Somebody way very, very intelligent, somebody we don't fight for APC. We see how APC humiliate her. And President Bio say no. Me, no go left sit down. As somebody like Alpha Khan, we don't contribute so much to this country in developed one. We don't contribute so much for sustain independence economically, and politically. Me no go left sit down, they embarrass and then carry with them there. President Okando Bio bring and can near. And he don't give the platform for make a continue for work, not only for Sierra Leoneans them, but for in people them, Apoloko district. And the entire north. And so this is how President Bio they include everybody. And Alpha Khan are just one. We get so many ministers them, directors them, managing directors them, general managers them, we commissioners them, executive secretaries, where President Bio don't appoint from the north and also the west. In fact, when you combine the people within a government between the north and the west, then Boku pass the one that within our government from the south and the east.
Correct.
If you combine them, then plenty. Northwest is more than southeast in President Bio in government. That is to show that the propaganda with APC always they put say SLPP then just live for the southeast, now lie. All right, because we continue for live, we ideologies them, and so we don't sit down now, we don't outline how APC they always try for drag we go back to dependency, and how SLPP they try for dig we out of dependency into independency. All right, and because we don't explain that they clearly, may not feel say any well-meaning Sierra Leonean go want for make APC come back na power. And me where they naya go do everything possible in me own power for make sure say the SLPP continue for maintain power in that country there. Because now only way SLPP maintain power in Sierra Leone, now they see good thing and they happen in Sierra Leone. And so specifically, I know they can outline my strategy naya as chairman of SLPP North America. But be rest assured, we are ready and we don't put ourselves together for make sure say President Talk can do Bio win re-election, and we continue for rule Sierra Leone to independency, economically, socially, politically. When it comes to education, we get for be independent. Tourism, we have to be independent. Everything. We currency for try for compete with GDP, gross domestic product, the thing that what they produce, the human capital, the plants that what they plant, the technology that what they have inside Sierra Leone. When you put all together, if we're able to compete with the rest of the world. And that is what SLPP is pursuing. And that make President Bio, they continue for fly. Because if you have for they compete at the world stage, you know they sit on that you can't no more. The world is a global village. You have to move and meet other leaders, move and meet partners in development, move and strike deals that where they bring come better for your country. And so let President Bio continue for the move around for attract people into we country. Yeah. So me just want for tell me people and say me young people them who now will not be get the opportunity for vote in the last election. This 2023, now your opportunity this. Now opportunity this for continue for help we will be done the do for move the country who say in it for go. So I appeal to me young brothers them, everybody, let we vote and continue for put SLPP back in power for economic development, for political progress, for get rid of violence, for make sure say we country grow. All side, not to inside Freetown no more. Every single village, then forget good road, then forget access to clean water, then for able for do their own farming, then picking them for able for go school, then picking them for able for get access to good health care, then picking them for able for make sure say then they do things then way other picking the way they oversee they do, then they play, you know, then they laugh, then they run around in a safe atmosphere and healthy atmosphere. And so that is what we are fighting for. And this independence, they don't really energize me. They don't give me the zeal for continue for work for the country and for make sure say SLPP and President Bio win 2023 and we continue for sustained power for Sierra Leone in development. So again, I want to say thank you to my brothers and sisters, them, my mama, them, my daddy, them, my uncle and auntie, them, everybody. We don't take them time for listening to it today and say thank you. And let we continue for think positive. Let we continue for think wisely and make sure say we do things them where they move the country go before. I tell you that thank you. Once again, happy Independence Day to all Sierra Leoneans, but most especially with SLPP people them within North America, with the Salon and with the all about the world. I thank you now all.
Thank you very much. That one day we talk to now the most eloquent chairman of the SLPP North America region. SLPP not they bring full man na executive. SLPP na intelligent people, them people the way they articulate the affairs of the country, they articulate the affairs, they advocate for the people of SLPP. Now they SLPP, the people the way they think. They're not the SLPP not full of lumpens. When I like APC them, then I lumpen them, then they know they think. Now then get them deceptive people the way they think for them. But this is not how SLPD operates. Now that make I tell you say as we close the program. Every development we will see in that country, now SLPP bring up all infrastructure development. I don't tell you this. Which new road will APC or Shakasi ever make? They ever do any road now repair? They repair. All the roads in the salon are SLP creator. All the bridges. I tell you, say the palm tree now symbol also of connections. For let build bridge. Where palm tree where cut I make bridge for Wakapana. Now that make SLP maker. All the water works then. Water business no be ever get problem. Now until we check Stephen can. We be get every big town in that country, then they get water works. That type what they call Guma Valley. Then they call our water works. Then get a big tank. Like in America, you get the tank rate. The tank then they wake in mold. Now so even day in a salon where SLP be put. Then they call our water works. But that one the all APC be don't destroy them. We been get train them, they be don't sell them. We been get double decker boss them. APC Shakasini sell all, eat all the money before they die. So they are destructive people. Then. Now that make people family and they tell you say the worst SLPP now the best APC. The worst SLPP now the best APC. Therefore, it go better. We always let SLPP in governance than APC come. When Pakaba come, just like a chairman be say, all the institutions that now where APC can't thief money, now SLPP create all. Which institution where APC ever create? Now attitude in a change. And we say end. Richard Conte, we in brother in brother Philip Conte, Richard Conte now we go thief na Japan. In brother Philip Conte, Now he been captive all the money. Then na Panema Road he end. So now only that institution APC ever create attitude na change, but end up Panema Road. But all the institutions, NASI to NRA, local council, all the same APC don't captive all the money. Now SLPP the creator. So now this make us say the worst SLPP, now the best APC. The left with austerity, Madam you don't come with it. Do ya? Una continue for vote for SLPP. Una continue for stand with SLPP. Una continue for pray for President Tok and Rubio. And my family, lastly, una continue for hate APC. Una continue for vote against APC. Una continue for disappoint APC. Una continue for embarrass APC. Una continue for frustrate APC. Una continue for desert APC. Because APC, they're not good for themselves. They're not good for that country. If not lie, una ask themselves, right now, they need confusion. They don't nyaka themselves all over the place. Una follow SLPP with value, now respect for elders and nation, and with ideology, now national inclusiveness and unity. Me, na gentle Patrick Madakuruma, me na the PRO for SLP North America region. I tell we women's leader plenty thank you for we left all in busy schedule for Kanaya and Kansidom and guide and talk to young people, let them understand how SLPP they operate in that country and how independent can. I tell you, thank you, Madam women's leader. Let God continue to give you more wisdom and energy for do the job for this party. Now, you know they get no pay, but now God get for pay you because you do them not only for SLPP, you they build leaders them, you they do them for the interest of Sierra Leoneans them. Because when SLPP they na power, na salon person don't benefit. So everything you endless effort, let God reward you in Jesus' name. And also, we find articulate chairman Pesima. I tell you plenty thank you. You get boku for do. You left all that one day. You say no, let her come and can give me time. Now 1 hour you for don't can deny, but you sacrifice more minutes. You say let her can give me time for educate the young one. Then let her can give me time for tell people about this party. Let her can give me time for explain to people how the country they because the history be not distorted. Nobody not be know how the history they go, but you take that opportunity, you take that time, you can't sit down. Let God continue for elevate you. Let God continue for give you the mindset, the strength, the energy for bring the people and for tell the people how SLPP they make sure say they continue for make salon remain sexy and attractive. Una thank you. And you back where they watch on YouTube, where they watch on Facebook. I tell una plenty thank you because una data not the way they buy them, but una they left that una data una they buy una money for sit down and watch and listen. Let God continue for elevate and protect una for so that una say go enjoy the benefits where President Bio they carry to SLP don't carry in another country they for let it become sustainable so that those salon they become sexy and attractive. We all they continue for enjoy and we begin they all they continue for enjoy that benefit. Me na gentle Patrick Mada Koroma and me na the PRO for SLP North America region. Me family una share this program. Me serious Sierra Leonean Zeyeri. Una bye bye.
TV.